off.
Yes.
And Debbie, I got to say that was the best pulled pork, the best barbecue ever. It was delicious. Thanks for doing that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we can give a round of applause for that. So, and Charlie, thanks for having us. You and Debbie, thanks for having us over at your home today. And I knew we were in the right spot when we came in here. And we've got a picture of Robert E. Lee on your mantle, and a signed Ted Nugent card on here, authenticated by the NRA. I knew we were in the right home. So, and Don, I want to thank you, and I want to thank all of you. You've been involved with the Tea Party down here, the Southwest Virginia Tea Party Patriots. And all of your help with the Trump campaign. Of course, as you know, we had a bigger support for Donald Trump down in Southwest Virginia than probably any other part of the country. In fact, I think Buchanan County, was it Buchanan, Jack, that had the biggest turnout for Trump?
Biggest turnout, and we had three of the best counties in the country. Buchanan, Tazewell, and Bland were three of the highest in the nation.
Buchanan, Tazewell, and Bland counties, three highest turnout for Trump in the country. And I'm hoping they're going to be a big turnout for me too. And with this door knocking is everything. It's going to be a very, very low turnout election. No one knows exactly what the number is going to be, but it'll be, maybe right around 5%, maybe even lower. And that means that, for everybody that we can turn out to come and vote on June the 13th in the Republican primary, that counts like 20 times what it would in a general election. So. The door knocking is key, and I want to think for those of you who are watching online, we're going to head out here and do some door knocking down here in Abingdon. We've got a great door knocking campaign all across Virginia, great leaders all across Virginia, great members of my staff. We have by far the best sets of volunteers. A lot of them former Trump volunteers, and they're working hard for my campaign. What we're finding at the doors is we're finding, tell me if you hear something different today, but so far so good. We're hitting, by far, we're getting the most support of the three candidates on the Republican side for governor. I'm heads and tails leading them at the doors. So I think that's a good sign that we're going to win. We are going to win.
We are going to win.
A couple things that you might want to mention at the doors that would be helpful. I got the VCDL endorsement. That's the biggest gun group, the biggest Second Amendment group in Virginia is Virginia Citizens Defense League, and they endorsed me, and they gave me a pretty sizable contribution too. But so I'm very proud of that. Some of the distinctions between me and my opponent, I call him Establishment Ed. He's a total establishment guy. On the life issue, I'm 100% pro-life. Ed would not sign the ban on late-term abortion unless there were some big exceptions to it. And from my perspective, look, it's not the baby's fault. It's not the baby's fault. We just cannot, we need to ban late-term abortion. In fact, we need to ban all abortion in Virginia. But this is a good start to ban late-term abortion. There's a big distinction between me and Ed on that one. I led the nation's toughest crackdown on illegal immigration anywhere in the United States. The policy that we put in place in Prince William County was copied by the state of Arizona. It targets illegal immigrant criminals. We check, 100% check of every single person who comes into our jail. We check their immigration status. And if they're here illegally, we start the deportation process and we remove them and send them over to the feds for deportation. It's really important. Ed says that he's against illegal immigration, but he's not in support of mandating this program in every jail in Virginia. Why is it important? Because just last week, a Lynchburg boy, an 11th grader, 17 years old, was abducted by an illegal alien gang named MS-13, 3 illegal aliens. They abducted him, they cut off his hands, they cut off his feet, and they sliced his throat, and they dumped his body in Bedford. And I hate to be gruesome, but illegal alien crime is real and present, not just in Northern Virginia, not just in Hampton Roads, but in Bedford and Lynchburg and all across Virginia. That's why it's a very important issue. Next, taxes. I've got the biggest tax cut plan. I know how to do it. I've been governing Prince William County for 10 years. I'm directly elected as its chairman. My district is twice the size of a state senate district. I've been able to win it 4 times by increasing margins. No other Republican has been able to do that in Northern Virginia. There's no other county-wide elected Republican in Northern Virginia other than me. And in that time, I have cut taxes in my home county. We did it by cutting spending. We cut $185 million in a single year out of our base budget. $185 million. It was not easy. We had to make tough decisions. I had to lead and lead my county through some very, very tough times. And we got it done. And now our tax bills are lower today than when I took office 10 years ago. In Virginia, we have to do the same thing. If we want to seriously cut taxes, we have to cut spending. My opponent's plan is counting on unanticipated extra revenue. Well, that hasn't happened in 10 years in Virginia. We haven't had a surplus in Virginia where we had just extra money laying around for 10 years. And his plan counts on unexpected increase in revenues. Not going to happen. So mine is, we're going to cut spending. And we're going to cut it enough, so we're going to lower the top marginal income tax rate in Virginia from 5.75 to 4.75%. And we're going to do that not just to give Virginians a tax break, but to bring in business and actually keep more jobs here in Virginia. We're losing about 10,000 jobs a year, mostly to surrounding states, especially North Carolina. They're eating our lunch. That's going to end. Finally, I want to talk about something that's really near and dear to my heart. And that is this. You know, when you ask people, what does it mean to be a Virginian? And when I go around the country and somebody asks me a question, hey, where are you from? I say with pride, I'm from Virginia. I'm from Virginia. And we all feel that pride. Somebody asks you where you're from, you're from Virginia. You're very proud. Why? It's because of our history. It's because of our heritage. And it's not just, it's Washington and Jefferson and Madison and Monroe, but it's also Robert E. Lee. And it's also Stonewall Jackson. And we shouldn't be running away from our heritage. We should not be running away from the symbols of our heritage. We shouldn't be running away from the Confederate flag. That flag does not stand for hatred. It stands for heritage. And tomorrow, when I'm going to go up to Hurley, where I'm going to be probably in Hurley, Virginia tomorrow. On Monday. We're here for 4 days through Monday, and it's the Hurley Rebels. Their mascot is the Rebel, and they still fly the Confederate flag at that high school, and I'm going to be proud. We're going to have cheerleaders and everything. They're sending it all out. It's going to be a great time. So I'm very proud of that. We need to embrace our heritage. We should not be ashamed of it. We can't run away from it. We need to embrace it, because at the end of the day, if we lose our heritage, if we lose our history, like they're trying to do in Charlottesville, by removing a statue of Robert E. Lee that has been there since 1924, we lose our identity. That's why it's such an important issue. So those are just some talking points. But, have fun out there. Talk to your neighbors. And those of you who are online watching this, if you'd like to help out with the campaign, please go to the website, www.CoreyStewart.com. On Facebook, Corey Stewart VA, Twitter, @CoreyStewartVA, and volunteer. And if you're from out of state or wherever and you'd like to help out, but financially, please donate to the campaign. But we really need your help volunteering as well. The election is June 13th, and together, all of us working together, we're going to take back Virginia.